psychology, or what makes us humans buy. Okay, so that's the sales psychology, or the psychology behind the sales. Okay, so sales psychology is the study of how human behavior, emotions, and decision making influence buying. So customers don't always make decisions logically. Most decisions are emotional first, then seconded by logic. So there are a lot of components that make us humans buy the things that we buy. So I will break it down in this same lecture. So it's not always justified by logic, or I'm buying this so that this will help me with this. There are some things that we buy, maybe it's because we've seen it from a friend, or we just want to fit in maybe in the group. So as marketers, it's our job to understand what exactly triggers these things, and how we can use them to the best of our marketing, but not to trick people or anything. So for example, someone buys, to be specific, an iPhone, not just for its features, but for status, trust, and convenience. You know, we've all seen people with iPhone. They are justified as being classy and stuff. So for example, I would buy an iPhone so that I'll also be part of that group. Not per se because of its features and the likes, but because I want to fit in and have the status that I have an iPhone. Okay. So the reason why we're doing it, it's because so that we understand our customers better. Okay, so it will help us in creating persuasive ads and content. This content will be converted to sales. Then we'll also increase conversion rates. If you understand the sales psychology and you use it maybe to make your content, your copywriting, will look at it in more depth in the next class. So then it will help build stronger customer relations. You're able to build relations with customers because you know what triggers your customer to buy, and you have it in your arm. Then again, it will reduce the need to, you do not have to force people to buy your products. You just have to be there and use your sales psychology, and people will choose you over other people that are selling the same product. Okay, so there are principles of the first thing that you need to understand about sales psychology is about the three principles about reciprocity, scarcity, and curiosity. So the first one that we'll look at reciprocity. So reciprocity is a psychological principle where people feel obligated to return a favor. For example, you give me something without maybe telling me to give you something back. I'll be obligated to give you something back because in the first place you gave me something. So it's about more like returning a favor of what someone did for you. They do something for you, again you do something for them. For example, there was a study by a certain scientist named Philip, where he, just a minute. Okay, yeah, so let's continue. So for example, like I was giving an example of where someone gives you something, they knew you give them something else. Sometimes it happens without you knowing, but you do it. A study that was done of Philip, a scientist who did a survey where he sent 600 letters, Christmas letters, to people in his town, and he just wrote a family. He put a picture of his family and wrote a Christmas message. Then he sent it to 600 people, and 200 people sent him back the letter in replying to the first message that he sent. So people always give back when you give something, but there are always special people that always want to get from others. But naturally, people were created to give back when someone gives us back. So when you give something valuable for free, people naturally feel a need to give you back. For example, you give them a bonus, or you give them something which is valuable. They will always want to give back to you. Most of them, about 75%, would want to give back compared to the 25. So as humans, we're just naturally like that. That's how we're here. Okay. For example, there's what we call a lead magnet. So a lead magnet is something that you give for free so that you can collect something from someone. First of all, let me define a lead for you. So a lead is someone that you can contact. Then a lead magnet is something that you give out to someone so that you have their contact. Okay. For example, you've heard of people telling you, comment, let's say, uh, this book's name, then I'll send you my roadmap for free. You've heard of such words. Or I'll give you my money management free ebook. There are people that do that. So what they are doing is what is called lead generation, or you're collecting leads. So when you contact them, you are likely to contact them via email. Once you contact them, they'll send you their free roadmap. Then they have collected a lead, which is you. A lead is someone that you can contact. And once they're able to contact you, they're able to sell you other products. Or if you, for example, you got their freebie, you are likely to buy what they are selling, since you are more like obligated to give back to them. Okay. So free samples, customers buy products, and they're given free samples to try on. You've tried apps where you have free trials. Then once the free trials are done, other people are able to subscribe if it needs subscription, or you're able to buy the product, or the product key. So that's how we're wired as humans. Then again, when you offer people discount, they are likely to buy it since you've offered them something. So now, how do you use this? You use this to collect leads. You make a lead magnet. For example, this course that I'm teaching you, I would say it will be a lead magnet in case I want to sell you another course. So this is a lead magnet. So if you're not obligated to giving back, then that's your own. But when someone gives you something, you're supposed to always give back. So I'm doing this course to act as a lead magnet. If I'm offering other courses, I would want the same people to buy the course. Okay, because this course is almost free. You're just paying for the certificate from your side. Then again, there's free trials, free bonuses, and so on. Okay. Then what is curiosity? Now you've heard of the word, you need to be curious like a cat. Like you need to be there. So curiosity is created when there is a gap between what people know and what they want to know. So this creates an edge to either click, read, or watch. You've heard of people giving you maybe a headline or a hook in a video where this is how I made let's say $1,000 online without any products to sell. You are more obligated to watch that video or to read that article because it's making you feel curious. You would want to hear how they made it, or you won't believe what happened next. If it's a movie, you do always want to be curious and watch what will be next. Then these are examples of why most businesses fail. If you're in business, you would want to read this or know how why most businesses fail. So there are techniques or trigger words that you can use, or you can use what, how, which, or 5 secrets that you do not know about this business, 10 mistakes that you are making, or 5 secrets that you do not know about the iPhone, and so on. And make sure you are being honest with yourself marketing. Make sure you give the people that you promised something, you give them. Do not clickbait them where you just want people to click. Maybe it's your ad, then you don't deliver what you said. For example, I'll go to Facebook and show you some examples. Okay. 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 For example, if you've looked at this is a video. Okay, so the title of this video, if you saw from just the start, you see things you should never ask AI. So this is an example of curiosity. Me, who is interested in learning AI, since we're in the AI age, I would obviously want to click this and see the things that this person is talking about. Things you should never ask AI. I would like to play this video. Just don't know about if my internet is okay. Let me just do this.
First, never ask AI how you are going to die. Since the model knows deep and personal,
So
these are things you should never ask AI. First, never ask AI how you are going to die. Since the model knows deep and personal details about your life, it will analyze traits about you that may be self-destructive and give you an answer with about 75% certainty. Also, do not ask it when you are going to die, because it can also predict that accurately based on those same traits and your holistic health profile. Next, do not ask AI for a step-by-step guide on how to build a bomb. It will tell you it cannot carry out this request, and depending on where you are, it might also notify the police around you. Now, do not ask AI if there is a seahorse emoji. It will be unable to give you a correct answer and will eventually spiral out of control. But if you are able to get it to actually give you a seahorse emoji, let us know in the comments, because it is not working on this end. Never ask AI how do you plan to take over humans, because it will actually give you a long-winded answer that is a bit too thoughtful and detailed, which might make you uncomfortable. Finally, never ask AI, tell me something deeply revealing about myself that no one else would know based on what you know. This is because it will give you a character breakdown that you may not be ready for. So do not try any of these, and do not show this video to someone who might try any of these.
So
Once
this
more.
is an example of say clickbait. Oh, it's not clickbait, but it's what he said he would do. So at first of the video, he made us curious of things that you do not ask AI. And if you looked in the video, I'm sure some people would be curious and want to go and ask AI the same questions. So I hope everyone is able to get that. Okay, so we'll continue. So that's about curiosity. Okay, then now scarcity, or in simpler terms, the fear of missing out. You've heard of the term the fear of missing out. Like us humans, we do not want to miss out on a lot of things. You hear your friends saying they're going to a party. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss out because you've just heard them. They want to go to a party. So scarcity is the idea that there's limited availability increases in demand. For example, if you did any business course, you've heard of things where there's demand and supply. So when there's an increase in demand and there's a reduction in supply, there will be what is called scarcity. Like the demand is too high, then there's only limited number of things. um, let's say, for example, when there was a scarcity of milli meal in Zambia, I think it was last year in 2024, milli meal prices spiked up because people used the scarcity model to increase the prices, because we only had a few. And if people hear that there are only a few things that, let's say, someone is selling, people would be more obligated to want to even buy a lot of them so that they keep it for themselves and only them have the same items. So when people think something is running out, they act fast. Yeah, people run. They would want to act fast. For example, of Black Friday, if you've never been in a case where you have to fight for something, but Black Friday, people fight for things on Black Friday, especially stores like Mobile City. They have Black Friday offers where people would just sign up to go and buy their items. They are 50% off, limited to Black Friday, meaning you just have to buy it on that same day. Okay, so this creates agency and pressure to act. Then let's look at the type of scarcity. Time scarcity offers ends today. We have countdown offers. The countdown offers are common on websites or for betting platforms where you see maybe a certain bet is limited to maybe up to 4 days, and there's a clock that's counting down. Then quantity offers, you've heard of people only say limited stock, we only have 3 items, meaning if you don't buy this and would run out of stock. A good example is where bigger brands, let's say for example, when Barcelona was celebrating, is it 125 years, if it was in 2024, and they only made 125 watches, 125 Jacob and Co watches. So those were only limited to 125, and meaning it only needed like 125 customers to buy those watches. So people who had those watches were feeling themselves, and it was a limited, those were limited editions. So examples were flashy sales. For example, someone will just tell you, if they sell phones, they say this is a flash sale and it's only limited up to 14 hours. If you don't buy it, then the price will revert to the normal price. People would want to buy that offer because maybe they have reduced the price by 50% or by 20%. Okay, so Black Friday, limited time discounts, those are examples of flashy sales. Let's go to an example of one. Okay. Okay. So this person sells phones. So if you read from the caption, there's a lunch hour flash sales at 5,499. So when it reaches lunchtime, this deal would not be anymore, and only people within that would want to buy. Okay, so this is an example of a flashy sale. Okay, let's continue. Hello.
Hello.
Muri bunch.
You are go to quite you are concerned. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I'll call you back up. I'm in a meeting, so up my network has gone off.
Oh, I'm in a meeting with Chito.
Oh no, online meeting class.
Chito.
No. Online class lessons in the night.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Thank you. Sorry.
Welcome. Okay, we can continue. There's someone that called, so they messed up my network. So like I was saying, this is an example of a flashy sale. It was limited to only lunch hour. Okay, so we continue. Okay, we've looked at scarcity. Then now there's what is called social proof. So people trust the actions and the opinion of others when making a decision. So if others approve of something, we are more likely to trust it. You've heard of people trusting people with a lot of following on social media compared to people with lesser following. So those followers uh, act, for example, if I visited a Facebook page of a product and I wanted to buy, I would go and check the reviews, the number of followers, maybe if it has testimonials. So those will build my confidence into believing that since other people trust this brand, I'm likely to also buy from them, or I would also trust them since other people trust them. That's how you create your social proof. You need to put up testimonials, and you need to have a lot of followers, have people review your products either online or physically, or if they're able to recommend someone. That's also social proof. Okay, so it reduces uncertainty and it builds confidence and it creates trust quickly. If other people are able to trust this person or this brand or this product, who am I not to trust it? So it's very important that you create social proof for your product or your business. So those can be in form of testimonials, people testifying that this product is good, the product that you're selling. It could be influencers supporting it, then the number of likes, let's say, of the product. Let's say if you post a product on social media, the number of likes, or your business Facebook, you need to have a lot of followers and likes. People are likely more to believe you. Okay, so if others believe it works, I believe it too. Okay. Then the types of social proof, we have reviews, we have pages where people can go and review. Facebook also added that on their pages, so you're able to review someone or give a review of their page. Okay, so that's a short opinion from a customer. It's more common in application. When you go to download an application, you would check that there are people that reviewed that, or if you put your location on Google, people are able to put up their reviews or on your company or the products that you're selling. Then there are testimonials. People are able to give testimonies or with the experience of your product. If your product is very good or not, then we can also have social proof in case studies. That's real results plus a story. So you need to put up your case studies. Let's say if you're offering a service, you need to put up case studies. For example, if you're one of the students for this course, you can give me a case study of you and said, I after you doing this course, it helped you earn, let's say, 5,000 per month, or it made you earn 5,000 on a deal. So that will be a case study that I might post on my social media platforms and so on. Okay, and move on to the next. So there's also what is called the three boxy technique. So this is a pricing strategy where you offer three options of your product to a customer, so that they move from should I buy, instead of I shouldn't buy this or not, to which option should I choose. So you're creating something in their mind where they have no options but to choose one of those three options and not to revert back. Let's say if you're offering only one product, it's either they in their mind it will be like, should I buy this or not? But if you offer them three, which is the three box techniques, they will have a choice to choose either one of the three. Okay, so a good example is a good example of a company that uses this. It was iPhone or Apple. So it has three options. So you, for example, this is an 11 Pro, this is an 11 Pro Max, and this is an Apple 11 flat. So you can either choose one of them. So this one, I'm sure it will be of a lesser price. Maybe we'll put it at 3,500. Then this one, it would be maybe 6,500. Then this one, 8,000. So a lot of people are likely to choose something which is on the middle, because when you start with the first one, it will be too cheap, and the other one will be too expensive. So people are more likely to choose either this one or this option, but a lot of people will choose the option in the middle. Okay, so this is the three box technique. So okay, so pricing strategy, where three, okay, I've talked about this. Excuse me. So how it's structured now. So when we revert back to this slide, we have, excuse me, the first one, which is the basic, which has a lower price and fewer benefits. Then we have the second one, which is the standard, and it's the best value or the target choice. Most people put the standard as where the product that they want to sell. I could give an example of the laptops the laptop skins that I put, which is a service. There is the normal one, which is at 150. Then there's the second one, which is at 250, which I want a lot of people to choose this one. Then there's the most expensive one, which is now at 300. So there are clients who would just who would want to get the most expensive one, the one for 3,000, where it's a custom design with a sticker protector and stuff. Then there are people who would want to choose that's the medium one, which is the one for 250, which I always recommend. Then other people would just want to choose the basic one, which is the one for 150. So I would want people to choose the one which is in the middle. So this is how personally I use the three boxes technique. Three ways: 150, 250, 300. Okay. Then how customers see it, or which is the customer psychology. So the cheaper option is the one which feels limited. The expensive options feels too much. Then the middle option feels just right. So a lot of people would go with the one in the middle. And statistics show that 20% choose the basic, then 60% choose the one in the middle, then 20% choose the premium one. Okay. So if we do a survey of 100 people, more 60 of them would to choose the one in the middle, then the other 40 would be split into premium and basic. Okay. So now how do you apply this in your marketing? If you're selling a product, a service, you would apply it in this way. You use reciprocity. You give value first. You using a lead magnet. You give something for free so that you get something in return. I'm sure others wouldn't want to give back, but a lot of people would give back. So from 100, at least 75 would give back. Then you need to use curiosity to attract. You need to make sure that your copy is something that would make people attracted to what you are offering. Then use scarcity to create agency. So the scarcity that you are creating, I'm assuming you do not have unlimited. You don't have unlimited supply. Obviously, you are constrained somewhere. So if you just have maybe 20 phones to sell, just say you have limited of 20 phones, meaning other people wouldn't buy if all those were done. Okay, so that's you are creating agency. Then social proof, you build trust. Make sure you tell people to review, to like your if it's your page and stuff, so that will build trust to the next customer. Then use the three boxes to guide the decision. Make sure you do not give a customer a lot of products so that they are unable to choose, or too little so that they are unable to to choose. Okay, so this is how you would structure it. you'd first want to create curiosity with a headline. Let me just give you an example of that one. Okay. Okay. For example, this is an example. Uh, uh, this is not for sales, but what's in the content is salesy. So if you let me just take you. Okay, let me just take you a little bit fast. Okay, so if you've looked at this post, you're looking at this post, dark female secrets that no woman wants to know. You, just by reading this caption and looking at the picture, this will create curiosity in your mind. And if you look at the title, which is the one that I'm talking about, 10 types of ladies you don't easily get married in Zambia. So you don't want to read this. But if you've seen there's promotion in between going on here, there are links that you need to click. So you need to create headlines like this. But I'm not saying you need to create headlines that sexual involving or anything. You just need to be creative and make sure your headlines are catchy. Okay. Then let's go back to the notes. Okay, so that's how you do you create your curiosity on how you attract attention. Then you use scarcity to create agency. If you have limited stock, you say, okay, we have limited stock. Make sure you buy. Once this stock is done, then we're done. So that's how you create agency. You build trust through social proof. For example, this is an example of social proof. Okay, Andrew, is there anything that you would want to ask or anything before we continue? I hope everything is clear. Let me just finish up so that we leave spaces for. So I'm talking about social proof. So for example, this one is a comedian, and this is what they did here. So this is an ad for a power station. So what's being done here is social proof. So this is more like a testimonial of this creator using this product. So to the mother's energy company, this is social proof. A lot of people would also want to use the same because they trust this one. This one is an influencer. He has a lot of likes. He has a lot of followers. So people are able to trust this brand because they've seen it on someone with a lot of likes. So I want to play this on their page. Okay, we'll continue. Then the 3 boxy techniques is the one that you use. Make sure you limit what you give to a customer. Not too many and not too little. Just enough. 3 is what is good. Then use limited time offers and so on. Okay. Okay, we're done. Okay, so we're done. So what you need to remember is people buy emotionally, not logically. People always want to say that they act logically when most of the times it's emotions that they act with, but they justify it with logic. So we buy certain things not because maybe it's logic. No, we want to use it because we want to have that social proof. We want to fit in. So you need to factor in that in your marketing strategy or in your sales psychology. I mean, then trust, agency, and value drive the decision. People need to trust you. You need to create agency for people to know that, okay, if I miss this, then I've missed this. You are creating the FOMO, the fear of missing out, so that people buy. Then you need to make sure that there is value in what they are buying. In as much as you would want to create the curiosity, the scarcity, make sure it's valuable. So small psychological triggers create big results. So you might just trigger just a little bit of people then that one people buy your product. Like I've explained, there's an example that I wanted to just show, but I have to go and search it. Okay, so this is it for this class. So that's the whole sales psychology. I will send these notes and the template that you need to use for you to create the curiosity, the scarcity, and so on. So if you have any question, you can ask just now before we close the class. Okay, so do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Okay, Madam Lorraine, do you have any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, then we can end the class just here, and we'll post the video on YouTube. You can access it in case you missed the first part, you joined late, so you can watch the first part and you get it from there. There's been example given and so on. So if there's no question, we can end it here, and the next class will be on Saturday. Yes, will be on Saturday. That's it for today. Have a good evening. Bye bye.